Good afternoon, you ruddy lovely people. It's not a good afternoon, is it? It is not a good afternoon to be a Tottenham fan. Marinakis has done Levy up like a kipper. Tottenham Hotspur failed to sign Morgan Gibbs-White. He is staying at Nottingham Forest. He's extending his contract. And we've wasted a long period of time trying to get this deal done. I don't know why we couldn't do anything on the side whilst trying to focus on the Gibbs-White deal. I really don't. Now we're heading into pre-season unprepared. One new signing whilst the likes of Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea have pretty much done all their business. Their managers get to now plan the same tactics that they're going to use in the season because they've got the players in pre-season that they're going to have in the season. The players start to build connections on and off the pitch. Whereas for us now, we're just going to bring in a few players midway through a pre-season tour. It's going to really build some chemistry heading into the new season, isn't it? I don't know why we do this. We just shoot ourselves in the foot every summer. You know, for once it looks really exciting. Kudus, I think, is a fantastic signing. I think he's a really good player. We get that over the line. Hear the Morgan Gibbs-White on the same day that Kudus is announced. Fantastic stuff. Spurs are actually signing players before pre-season. A good pre-season has a huge correlation to a good season. But no, now we're heading into pre-season unprepared. It's going to be last day deals again on deadline day. We just muck around early in the window. I don't know why. And now we're hearing Spurs have to sell to buy. No, Spurs don't have to sell to buy. Spurs want to sell to buy. We want to keep this watertight ship where all of the financials are cushy. So we ain't going to take the risk of signing players without selling in case they don't work out, even though that's what you need to do to be successful. We're going to go for stability over success, and we're going to wait to sell so then we can sign, even if it means that we bring in players 3 games into the season and it takes some time to settle in and we sacrifice crucial points and results because we don't have the players we're going to have for the rest of the season and it bites us on the backside at the end of the season. But all good, eh? All good. Fair play to Marinakis. Look, the geezer's an absolute knobhead, right? He is, but Daniel Levy's been that knobhead for so many years against other clubs. People don't want to deal with him, and now people aren't going to want to deal with Marinakis. And you know what? Fair play to him. Forest fans haven't covered themselves in glory. They're talking like they're still living in the 70s and they're winning Champions League. It's like, pipe down, you've been in the Championship for 20 years. We'll take the Tottenham get battered and the Tottenham bantering off Chelsea and Arsenal fans. You know, Forest though, come on. Like, off it, man. You've won 10 trophies in your history. You know, we've won 26. What are we doing here, in the words of Perchy? But their owner, people aren't going to want to negotiate with him. People aren't going to want to negotiate with Forest because it's going to be a pain in the arse. It's going to be difficult. Did Morgan Gibbs-White want to stay there? Did his family get threatened or something by Marinakis? I've got to be careful saying that on video. You know, we can make a joke about how small this channel is, but if Marinakis sees this and me making a joke about that, I might get legal action taken against me. But look, fair play to Forest. They've kept their player. You know, their fans haven't covered themselves in glory. I don't know whether Gibbs-White wants to stay there or not, but once the season starts, he'll get over it. Just like Kane a few years ago. Kane wanted to go. He went on strike in training. He stayed. He got over it. You know, started banging in goals. The following season, banged in 30 and then left. So, Forest have done really well to keep him there. He's a fantastic player. But Spurs, you know, we've just prioritised this for 2 weeks. We've not done anything else on the side. We take our time in the transfer window. Yeah, the transfer window doesn't close till the end of August, but wouldn't it have just been ideal that we do all of our business before pre-season and then the new manager who comes in gets to test out his tactics with his new players? The players that have just come in get to build connections before the season. Then we head into our first game against Burnley and the Super Cup, which is important against PSG, with players that know each other, with a manager that's tried out different tactics and decided on the best one to use for now. But Nah, we're going to test things out in the competitive games, aren't we? It's frustrating. Look, I tried to stay positive on this channel. I think Thomas Frank will do a really good job at Spurs. A good job this season would be European places and a potential cup, or at least a good cup run and getting through to the knockouts of the Champions League. And I believe, given the right backing, he could be really successful at Spurs. I believe a lot of our players will feel like new signings under Thomas Frank because they'll improve. So overall, compared to most people, I'm pretty optimistic about Spurs at the minute. But I'm pissed off about this deal. I'm pissed off about the fact that we couldn't get it over the line. And I'm annoyed at the owners again. Look, business-wise, it's brilliant. It's so good business-wise. Business-wise, the reason we are never at risk at any PSR, you know, fines or any of that is because we run this watertight ship where everything is financially cushy. But the likes of Chelsea take risks. And yeah, they might be under financial pressure. Same with Newcastle. Same with all of these clubs. But you know what? They're successful teams. Yeah, we just won a Europa League. But let's be honest, we were 17th. The Europa League is one of our greatest achievements ever. But under Enoch and Levy, it's our second trophy. And the reason it's our second and not 5th, 6th, 7th is because we don't take risks on players, you know? It's frustrating, man. It really is. We're heading into pre-season unprepared again. My frustration isn't just with the Gibbs-White deal. It's the fact that whilst this deal, has been going on, whilst we've been trying to get it done, we haven't done anything else in the background, Oh, there's a legal case here. This might take some time. Did it ever occur to the people at Spurs? Okay, well, if this is going to take some time, then we can't just depend on this because it might not work out. Let's go out there and sign Paulinho. Let's go out there and sign Elliott. And I still think these are possible signings. Elliott's a good player. I'd like him. Paulinho, it just makes sense. He'd be fantastic. But we're signing these players once pre-season's already started. We're flying them out. They'll probably be exhausted. They'll get barely any minutes, and they'll head into the season not properly integrated. Whereas someone like an Ekitike at Liverpool, someone like a Wirtz at Liverpool, someone like a Cherki at Manchester City, has played multiple games. Chelsea's new signings, Delap, obviously started in the Club World Cup games. Pedro, they've had multiple chances to prove themselves. The manager's had multiple chances to see how he likes them. And those teams will just head into the new season prepared. So it's not just a frustration with the Gibbs-White deal, it's the fact we haven't done anything alongside that, and it's the fact that the club are just going to be doing last-minute deals again, whilst other clubs have got their business done earlier in the window. I would have liked Gibbs-White. It's a frustrating one. We move on. But if I'm having this chat, this talk 3-4 weeks ago, over a month ago, and we failed to sign Gibbs-White, I'm not as annoyed because it's like, okay, it didn't work out. Now let's go and sign some players before pre-season. Now it's, it didn't work out. Pre-season's here. So still optimistic compared to most people. I back Thomas Frank, I back the players, I back the club. This is the club that I love, and no matter what happens, no matter who joins, who stays, whatever happens, the club is always the most important. I went to do my Spurs thing, but I'm wearing a Chili Peppers shirt, so I can't. But it's a frustrating one, this. It is a frustrating one. Look, I'm not going to be doing loads of transfer news or match reactions or that type of thing. You'll still get them on the channel every now and again, but there's 500 other channels out there that do this type of content, so why are you going to watch me? That's why I'm doing the documentary videos. I've got more planned. One about the Spurs ladies in the near future. One about Walter Toole, hopefully. One about maybe Harry Redknapp, Bill Nicholson. You guys, let me know any ideas that you have for the documentary style videos, and I will continue to upload more of them. I'm hoping to do a weekly one, because that's something that no other channel's doing that. You can only get that type of content on Lily White Lane. I found my niche there. So whilst I'll still continue to do the occasional match reaction, the occasional transfer news video like this, the reason I haven't consistently is because there's loads of other channels that do. And unless I'm really desperate to make a point about something like I am today because I'm annoyed, if I'm doing it to try and get views or just give my honest thoughts, then I can give my honest thoughts to family members and I can get views on something that I feel more passionate about and something that I enjoy more, which are the documentary videos. They take longer, they're harder work, but I enjoy them, man. You've got to work hard. You've got to work hard, play hard, work hard. No, but you've got to work hard to do those videos. But you've got to work hard if you're gonna be successful in anything. I'm rambling. I'm doing a partridge. I'm going to shoot off. Hope you enjoyed the random video in a car today. And take care of yourselves. All the best. Morgan Gibbs-White, frustrating one, down to the owners really. But behind Thomas Frank, in Frank we trust, in the boys we trust. Come on, you Spurs.